morning, everyone. So delighted to see you all here. Yeah, out of the warm beds. Oh, gosh. Welcome. I am truly grateful that you all are here this morning. And welcome to our Sunday morning celebration. Welcome to all who are joining us online and on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. Welcome. My name is Twana Malone, and I am the senior minister here at the Center of Peace, and my pronouns are she, her, and they. And this morning we do have our brave hearts, our licensed professional practitioners, all here to support us in having a wonderful experience this morning with each other's and certainly with the divinity within us. Assisting us in our service this morning, leading us in our meditation is Callista Dorsey, leading us in the ringing of the chakra bowl, giving us all the opportunity to decide, to make the choice, the decision, to be present to what's within and leave everything else wherever it's at. It's Cynthia Banks. Leading us this morning in our treatment and our prayer is Miss Hazel Spears. Leading us this morning in our selected and sacred readings is Betty Boyd. Holding consciousness for us this morning from afar, knowing the truth about our time together and it's unfolding in a wonderful and perfect, magnificent way is Kutia Thompson. Our music today is being sung forth through our choir led by Miss Kamara Jordan. Greeting all who walk into the space this morning is Callista Dorsey and Betty Boyd. We have Al, Vern, and Nicole on the ones, twos, and threes, taking care of things behind the scenes on the technical side of life, and we are grateful. You're here, I'm here, so we might as well enjoy it. With that, let us not waste one more second. Let us decide to take in all of the goodness that is available to us as Callista leads us in our meditation.
Good morning. I can't hear you. Thank you. I was told that back in the day when they said good morning, they were saying God instead of good morning. So I'm thinking God is right here with us right now, as always. When I opened my eyes this morning, and I want you to get comfortable in your chair, the first thought came to my mind was these words, I have a dream. It kept coming to me over and over again. I have a dream. Now, I know that we know that those words stay in our minds because of Reverend Martin Luther King. But I'm going to ask you as you go into this meditation with me that you ask yourself, do you have a dream? Did you have a dream? What about those dreams that you no longer work on? So I want you to go within, and I want you to ask yourself, do you have a dream? And think about those dreams. And if you can't remember them, then think about another dream, because you are creators. And that way, you can follow your dreams because you're setting the intention. And as you're doing this, I'm going to keep you in the silence for a long time because this is your work, not mine. And I want us to all have that energy to support each other because I have a dream. Ask yourself, do you, as you go into this sacred space, we all have dreams. Take a deep breath. And release. Take another deep breath and release. I ask that you take a deeper breath by allowing yourself to take that deep dive into your dreams and take this moment to sit and be with the Creator and have that conversation regarding your dreams and how you set the intention on how that dream will unfold in this moment, in this silence. And whenever there's chatter going on, release that chatter by taking a breath. And then remember the words that I've repeated to you. I have a dream. In your dreams, in your personal dream, I am now asking you to think about what would you think about as your dream for the center of peace? What is it that you vision in your dreams of the experience that you have when you come into the center of peace? Are you feeling peace? Are you feeling love? Are you feeling joy, compassion? When you walk in the door, are you bringing it with you? That peace and that love. Is that your dream? Take the deep dive. Your dreams are about yourself personally, but now your dream is about the center of peace. What is it that you're bringing when you walk in that door? Tomorrow you will celebrate Reverend Martin Luther King. Today you celebrate yourself by creating your dream and putting your dream into action, because you have that power to do that. So take a deep breath and release. Take another deep breath and release. And this time, when you take that deep breath, remember, you said that you had a dream, and so it is.
Ah, beloved, please join with me as we go within and explore this dream and give thanks to the Most High. Infinite Spirit, creator of all things, life itself, power beyond all power, that which created each and every one of us. Hear me now as I change from us to I. For in truth, we are one in you. Father, Mother, God, we are yours. We are your beloved children, honoring your name with our every breath, thought, action, and deed. I give thanks for this God-conscious awareness, this secret to life itself that I possess and I use. I give thanks that I too inherit this power, am gifted with this power as co-creator, that it is my blessing to be a master manifester through the word that you gave me, through the thought, the power of thought that you endowed me with, that I am your emanation, born of purpose, of light, of joy, of love, so having everything that I need to succeed in this realm of dreams, indeed, this dream of life that I dreamed at the very beginning before I had words. But I knew when I was filled with expectation that this is my life, my choice, that it be paradise or otherwise. And here at the center of peace, this cathedral of wisdom, community, communication, and of course, God consciousness, I give thanks that this is the dream I was seeking and found. This is the question I asked and was answered. This is what I sought, and I came here, and I found it to be true again and again in this manifestation. So in this celebration of life and purpose, of prosperity and joy, I give thanks for all the forces that come here together every Sunday. The forces of song, the forces of collaboration, the forces of knowledge, of technical knowledge, of spiritual knowledge, of the knowledge of one another, that we are indeed connected in this life and beyond. I give thanks for the word, for our minister, Reverend Twana Malone, who is inspired each and every day and shares that inspiration with us. I give thanks for our choir, for our congregation, for our practitioners, for our technicians. I give thanks for all of us working together with one purpose, and that is to celebrate this life and to evolve through it every day in every way. So I know this service is blessed. I know this day is blessed as we go forth in safety and consciousness, in protection and guidance. I know that with every step I take, I am given the word, I am given the guidance, I am given the protection, because I know I am your child. Father, Mother, God, I am a child of your creation, and this I celebrate every day in each and every way. So in this consciousness, knowing I have spoken these words into the law, which is my law of manifestation, I know they will be, they are, even as I speak, and I am grateful. And in this gratitude, I end this affirmative treatment with these words having been spoken. I know they are true, and so it is.
Thank you, Hazel, for leading us in our treatment this morning, and thank you, Callista, for leading us in our meditation, our practice this morning. And now what I'd like to do is invite you all to bring your attention to our vision and our mission statement. Let us just get centered and anchored in the reason why we are even here. So you can find our vision right to my right in the chairs. If you have in the chair a card, and you can download it, and there you'll find our vision and our mission, excuse me, as well. Won't you join me in not just reading it, but seeing it as a realized demonstration in our lifetime. Our vision, a loving and peaceful world where all of humanity is honored as the divinity within is experienced. And our mission, the center of peace, is a loving, inclusive, and vibrant community that utilizes and demonstrates spiritual principles and practices to cultivate powerful individuals who together create peace throughout the world. And so it is. Yes, won't you please join me then in standing as we prepare ourselves to sing our congregational song, I Am One. You can find the lyrics to the song in the back of the chairs if you're unfamiliar with our congregational song. Our congregational song was written by our licensed retired practitioner, Bayless Webb. All right, Al.
the Holy Spirit, and it dwells inside of me. This perfect spirit, pure loving spirit, rests in everything I see. God walks beside me, protects and guides me. It's ever with me where'er I go. I trust its power, God's healing power. Its love surrounds me, and this I know. I live in spirit, I breathe in spirit. It lives within me, and so I am a spirit. I think a spirit. Its life is my life. I know God's life is my life. I know God's life is my life. I know.
So while we're standing, let us not miss out on this perfect opportunity to simply allow our eyes to gaze around the room, falling just right where they may, as we welcome each other this morning to this beautiful day and to our beautiful sanctuary and to our overflowing love. Welcome. Only hugging if you ask. Yeah. All right, you may be seated. Here at the Center of Peace, we are an open and affirming community. All are welcome here at the Center of Peace. And if this is your first time here, celebrating love and celebrating life with us, we'd love to be able to acknowledge you. I don't know if I see anybody new today. Yeah. Oh, okay. Why don't we just extend our hands into each other and welcome each other this morning? Join me in saying, what's up? Welcome. I'm so glad to see you this morning. Life is good. Love is everywhere. It's in you and it's in me. Don't forget. Welcome to the Center of Peace. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, this morning we have a few announcements. I'm going to lead the announcements this morning. And first up, I want to invite Sandy Forrest up to talk about her upcoming class.
Good morning, good morning. I'm teaching a class with Patricia Grady starting February 4th. And although the announcements say 6 weeks, it's a 5-week class. The class is about healthy relationships. Now, we all know that everything we do is a relationship. You know, whether it's a relationship with food, whether it's a relationship with your job, whether it's a relationship with your significant other, your siblings, you're in relationships. And how do we negotiate those? We negotiate those by knowing who we are. So this class allows us to get inside of who we are, how we have functioned in the world, and why. So I don't know if you've heard the word triggers. Well, we establish triggers within our subconscious from the time we are born and how we relate to the world. Having this class allows you to go to find out what your beliefs are, where your triggers come from, and then how do you relate to others. So it's first you, always. It's always about personal responsibility, always. And then your relationships with others and with other things. So I hope that you will come to this class. The investment is $120, and 5 weeks, starts February 4th. If you think I don't have the money, it's right after Christmas. People think that. I don't have any money. I just spent all my money for Christmas. Let's remove lack from our consciousness. You always have enough. Set your intention for what you want to do and you will always have the resources. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you. Hope to see you in my class.
All right. Thank you, Sandy. I just want to piggyback on what Sandy said. The classes are so important. Every now and then, I like to remind us that it is our most generous and greatest offering. We get the love when we come here, and we get the experience when we go into the classes. If you've never taken a class, consider taking it. You're going to get way more than you bargained for. You will. The classes, as I said, very important to the one who is serious about changing their lives. All right, let's see. Sheila, we'll call you up to talk about the fundraiser.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Sheila Denikin, and my pronouns are she and her. First, if you don't already know, the Fundraising Circle will be hosting the second annual Super Bowl party and our first annual chili and cornbread cook-off on Sunday, February 9th. Doors will open at 5 p.m. This is going to be the Care Circle's very first fundraising event, and Ayenda, Liz, and myself invite you all to come out to help make this event a successful one. So I was not there at last year's Super Bowl party, but I was told, and what I've heard is that a time was had, okay? So this year, we are taking our gathering, and we're kicking it up a notch. So besides the cook-off, we will be raffling off a few gift baskets. So a big shout out and thank you to Betty Boyd for coming in clutch. So we have a wide variety of gift baskets to choose from. And just to wet your whistle, next week we will have a table with the gift baskets here so you guys can look at them, peruse them, and see what the offerings will be. And just in case you can't attend the party but want to purchase a raffle ticket, we will be selling tickets before the event. And we will have more information about that next week, so just stay tuned. Besides the raffle, we will also have a 50-50 raffle. And last but not least, we also have plans for a few games where you can win some free prizes. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So as you can see, we've been working really, really hard to make this a really fun and a successful event. So I hope you all can make it. And if you don't like chili, who doesn't like chili? Okay. We will also have a hoagie tray and some snacks as well. So come on out. The cost to attend the event is $20. Okay. The chili cook-off entry fee is $20, and if you pay your $20 for or contribute your $20, you can come in for free. The cornbread event is $10, and that means you'll get $10 off your admission fee. So we really want to have you guys come out. The deadline for sign up is Sunday, February 2nd. And in case you are wondering, there is, for the prize, there's one winner and one winner only. And that is half of the total entry fees and bragging rights for the year, okay? So now, as a final note, I just want you to know that I personally make a fantastic chicken corn jalapeno chili, and it is the chef's kiss, okay? I also make a fantastic cornbread. It is buttery, it is moist, and it is so delicious, and I get asked about my cornbread all the time, so all I'm saying is this. Okay, because my cornbread and my chili, it's like slap your mama good. Like, that's how good it is. So with that, I am throwing down the gauntlet. Okay, and what I'm saying is, come and get me. All right. So Ayenda, will be in the back today taking your entries. So come on out, all righty? All right. Now, so if you can't see Allende, then please go to the TCP website at thecenterofpeace.org. You can sign up. There's also a fact sheet with some more information that we can't get into because I don't have time. And we really do look forward to having you all come out together as a spiritual community, and we look forward to having a wonderful time. So thank you all so very much, and we hope to see you there. Thanks.
And Sheila's husband was nodding, yep. Thank you, Sheila. Deb Ford, you want to come up?
Wow. All I can say is I think I'm going to try, but I'm not going to take on the challenge. But I do enjoy eating good chili, so I'll be there for that part for sure. I'm just here to remind everybody we're starting a class. It's starting this Wednesday, Consciousness in the Creative Process. It starts Wednesday, January 22nd from 6:30 to 9. Marilyn Watkins, myself, and Zuma will be teaching. And I just want to piggyback also, the class is about learning about the law and how to align it with universal principles. We're using Troward's book to use it. And I just want to piggyback also on Reverend Tawana, what she said about the importance about taking classes. And my feeling also is for this teaching, unless you've been born in it, you really need to take a class. Because the consciousness that you're born into, if you're where most of us come from, just we're not exposed to this type of teaching, any type of spirituality. We're in the traditional teachings, and then when you come into that, there's a change that you have to make. And consciousness is who and what you are. And as Reverend T is talking about, one day at a time, not the future, not the past, just today. And that's about where your consciousness is. And so this class will help you to understand that, and taking classes in general will help you understand that more. And it's a process. So thank you.
Thank you, Deb. And I want to call Donna Marie up to talk about the Egypt experience.
Good morning. So, trying to describe the Egypt experience is a challenge because it was such an experiential experience. Not so much when I think about it for myself, I don't think about it as much as a tour kind of experience, as much as community and experience. And as we went through that experience, we really felt like this is what we want to come back and share and bring back to the center of peace, that feeling of community and experience that we had, that we wished everybody were present for, but felt in our hearts that you were, and that we would come back with that mandate to spread it to our community. So next week, after service, we're going to do our best to create an experience for all of you, for this community, that kind of pulls you into some of what we experienced and shares that and inspires us collectively to think about what's next. What do we want to do next as a community, and take all of that, all of the input and love and energy that we generate into account, so that whatever we do next is even wider and broader and just even better. Let's raise the bar. So next week after service, please, we'll do more of an abbreviated service and then kind of move into experiential sharing of the sights and the sounds and the smells and the tastes of what we experienced together.
Yeah. So next week we'll have as Donna Marie said, just a truncated kind of service so that we can get to the experience, and then we know that there's other things that's happening that day that people want to get to. So yeah, please do plan on being here. It's going to be wonderful.
Thank you.
All right. I think the announcements is the message this morning. I'm serious. So the weekday meditation that we have been doing for years with our practitioners through the phone, we're no longer offering that, and we wanted to make sure that everybody knew that. Also, I want to let everybody know that we have, your board have come to agreement on a proposed budget, and we've sent the budget out to everyone, and we want you all to take a look at the budget for 2025 and send us any questions that you might have about the proposed budget for 2025. We will be calling a vote on February the 16th after service, immediately after service. The Board of Trustees will. So please do take a look at it. Ask us any questions that you like before then, and we'll bring a part. If there are questions, we'll bring that in our vote so that everybody can know the kind of questions that have been asked to make sure that everybody is feeling comfortable with their sacred yes or they nay or your nay, okay? The other thing is we have open board positions. So come March, we will be, at our annual meeting, we'll be voting on 2 open board positions. There are some criteria if you'd like to serve on the board in order that you have to meet in order to serve on the board. And you can ask any one of our board members, myself, Marie Amy Taylor, Betty Boyd, Allende Lambert, Liz Johnson, about the criteria and what it means to serve on the board. It's a perfect opportunity for you if you are someone who want to be able to join the collective in making decisions about the way that the Center of Peace moves and sees ourselves in the future, then this is the opportunity for you to serve. So if it sounds like something you're interested in, please do check in with one of our current board members. All right, I think Donna Brown is here, and she has an announcement.
Good morning, everyone. The Social Justice Care Circle, the Center of Peace, invites you to visit with us to the Soul Shot Portrait Project, which is on exhibit at St. Peter's Episcopal Church. And on this portrait project is an annual event sponsored by the Soul Shot Portrait Project org, which depicts portraits of victims of gun violence here in the city of Philadelphia. So on Saturday, January 25th, the Social Justice Care Circle invites you to join us at St. Peter's Episcopal Church at 11:30 a.m. to make this exhibit and get your feelings about it. Afterwards, we will have a chat and chew at a local coffee shop. It's just a half a mile from the church, 654 Northeastern Road in Glenside. There are flyers in the hallway as you exit or enter the center, and there is also an announcement on the Center of Peace, Friends of the Center of Peace Facebook, on the Friends Facebook. So please join us and support our efforts in letting the public know that we care about them and about the city of Philadelphia and peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. All right, so as usual, if you are bringing beverages into our sacred space, please make sure you keep a lid on your beverage. If you're not on our mailing list, we invite you to get on our mailing list. You can use the QR codes in the back of your chair to do that. You can find out more information about the happenings at the Center of Peace on our website, thecenterofpeace.org. Please like us, follow us, and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. And as always, our practitioners are ready to join you in prayer if you are in need of prayer after service. All right.
Grand Rising, everyone. Yes. Let's give a hand for our house band. It's growing. And as I always say, we live all over the place, so I'm always just so touched when everybody comes together. Many miles of distance of travel. So the first piece we're going to do is a good old gospel-y inspired song. Gospel-y. Okay. It's entitled We Can Work It Out, and that's what we're doing. It's by Dottie Peoples.
He can work it out. He can work it out. God can work it out. Spirit can work it out. He can work it out.
One more time.
He can work it out. He can work it out. God can work it out. Spirit can work it out. Spirit can work it out. There may be somebody here and you really been going through. You've been tried in the fire and you don't know what to do. Look to the hills where it's up with all your help. As long as you got spirit, you don't need nobody else, 'cause he can. He can work it out. He can work it out. God can work it out. Spirit can work it out. It can work it out. There may be somebody here and you really been going through. You've been tried in the fire and you don't know what to do. Look to the hills where it cometh all your help. As long as you got spirit, you don't need nobody else, 'cause he can. He can work it out. He can work it out. God can work it out. Spirit can work it out. Spirit can work it out. He can work it out. He can work it out. God can work it out. Spirit can work it out. It can work it out.
Love.
Love can work it out. Love can work it out. Peace. Peace can work it out. Peace can work it out.
Joy.
Joy can work it out. Joy can work it out. We 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 can
Work it out.
That's beautiful. Thank you. She can sing and she thinks she can make chili. I'm just saying. Tell her, babe. Tell her about my chili. All right? Please stand and join me in the reading of the affirmation. Repeat after me, please. Thinking it and believing that thought. Manifest that thing in my life. I choose thoughts of abundant good. And so it is. The reading and the affirmation were both submitted by our licensed professional practitioner, Tricia Grady. Today's reading is from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. It is the April 29th reading, and it's entitled Within Young Leaves on page 142. Wrapped in young leaves, the sound of water, Suseki. This delicate observation by this Japanese poet, filled with the quiet hope that embedded in our nature, even as we begin, is our gift already unfolded. Embedded in the seed is the blossom. Embedded in the womb is the fully grown child. Embedded in the impulse to care is the peace of love realized. Embedded in the edge of risk and fear is the authenticity that makes life worth living. Wrapped within young leaves is the sound of water that will nourish them once they have opened. It's already there, prompting them to unfold and grow. To believe that this is possible requires a faith to believe that this is possible requires a faith in currents larger than any one mind can envision. But this is not a difficult thing to accept. For as dust owes its path to wind, we as human beings are asked to acknowledge that something larger encircles us and prompts us to unfold. There is a gravity of spirit that pulls the essence of who we are into being. Our job, like our sister creatures, is to find the abundance of air and water and light and to unfold what is already within us. And so it is. Again, submitted by Tricia Grady.
Our second selection for today, we're going to take you there again with that energy. It's entitled I'll Make It by John P. Key and Hezekiah Walker. If you know it, join us.
Stepped in right on time. I sure been sick and I couldn't get well, but he healed my mind, and I can tell that it's all right now. We can make it anyhow. It's all right now. We can make it anyhow. I was lost without a friend. Then I met Spirit who took me in. And all your temptation, just keep the faith. It's already planned a way to escape. All right now, we can make it We'll make it. I'll make it. I'll make it. You'll make it. We'll make it. I'll make it. I'll make it. You'll make it. We'll make it. 'Cause it's all right now. We can make it anyhow. It's all right now. We can make it anyhow.
Yeah. Can we give the choir another round of applause? Thank you. Yeah. So here we are. A new year, a new theme. A day at a time. A day at a time. Every day, oneness. Every day, filling ourselves with truth. Every day, becoming more open and available to that which is infinite in every way, in all ways. And our theme for the month, understanding. So, what I'd like to do, as always, is to start us out with a few spiritual principles that I take from what Ernest Holmes titled, What We Believe. We've called them spiritual principles. There are many spiritual principles. If you'd like to have a copy of the spiritual principles that I read from on Sunday, you can go to do a search online, Ernest Holmes, What We Believe, or if you're on our mailing list, when we mail out things, there's also an opportunity there to download the list that I have. We've added some additional things to our list to go along with the spiritual principles. So this morning, we're working with spiritual principle number 1, and it says, we believe in God. The living spirit, almighty one, indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. We believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. We believe the manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. Spiritual principle number 2, we believe in the individualization of the spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of the one spirit. And spiritual principle number 6, we believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. And finally, spiritual principle number 9, we believe in the healing of the sick and the control of conditions through the power of our mind. And all the principles then, we believe, 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 we believe. And if you so bold, I believe, 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 I believe. So this month then, we are taking some time to review the Science of Mind textbook written by Ernest Holmes. He is the founder of religious science, known today as Centers for Spiritual Living, which we are a part of. And many communities are going back to review the introduction section in the book this month. And we've been doing the same. In the introduction section, one can find what's foundational and fundamental to be able to change your life if you choose to do so. And those 4 introductory sections, everything that you need to know to begin to change your situations and to change the circumstances of your life are there. So, in part one, Ernest Holmes says that, in essence, he says that we are powerful. Not just that we are powerful, but that our minds are powerful. You are powerful. You are powerful. You are powerful. And that your mind is powerful. That your mind is powerful. And we don't know just how powerful we are. At the crux in part 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the message. Believe it. You are powerful. Your mind is powerful. Your thoughts are powerful. And now it's time that we start to believe it. It's time that we start to believe it, that we have more power than we know. He encourages us in the introductory section to begin to accept our power and to become conscious of our power, to become aware of the power of our mind. Why? Because our thoughts are creative. And what that means then for us is that we have an understanding then that life is not happening to us. That we take some responsibility in it so that life starts to happen through us. We are encouraged to understand how our minds work. We are encouraged to daily take time to consider what we are thinking about. So, if you haven't had the opportunity this morning to examine your mind, to get clear about what you are thinking about, why don't we take 10, 15 seconds and you think about what you've been thinking about. Yeah. The reason for this is because many are unaware of what they are thinking about. Many of us, we don't take time to consider what we are thinking about. But what we are thinking about is our truth. And the truth that we know is the truth, or what we are thinking about becomes the thing that we believe in, and the thing that we believe in becomes the truth that doesn't set us free but binds us up. So you have to be aware of what you are thinking. As we know, it is done unto us as we believe. And last week we said there's a very distinct difference between what you say and what you believe. Two different things. And so, in getting clear then about what we think, we can begin to see clearly where there is some, where what we believe and what we say are different. Otherwise, you'll go on thinking that what you are saying is what you are believing, when in fact, it's not. All of this, Ernest Holmes says, is the law of mind, that we are subject to the law of mind, meaning that something happens to our thoughts. And we have to understand this law of mind so that we can use it. If we don't understand the law of mind, then we don't know how to use it. But certainly uses it then, places the responsibility back on us to create the life we desire, or as we said last week, then to settle for the life that you have. And when I said this last week, it wasn't that I was giving us a choice. There's no choice in it. Either you are creating the life that you desire based on what you are thinking, because every thought is a prayer, every thought is a treatment, or you are settling by not being aware of what you are thinking about for the life that you already have. There's no choice in it. Like, give me a minute, let me decide. Do I want to create this or do I want to settle for that? No, you are creating this or you are settling for that every second that you have a thought. This is the truth of our existence every day. So it is daily that we must examine what we are thinking and what we are feeling and choose either to continue to think the way we've always thought and experience what we've already experienced, or experience what we think we want to experience based on someone else's experience. You have a choice in it. You can keep on doing the same thing and keep getting the same thing, or as Gene Houston suggested, we can begin to live in a radical new way. It's up to you and it's up to me to be open to this infinite intelligence that Ernest Holmes says is everywhere. And not only is it everywhere, it's within me and it's within you. Not only is it available to me, it's available to you. You are powerful. Your words are powerful. Your mind is powerful. That's really the only message I have for you this morning, to remind you, because sometimes we forget. Sometimes we forget just how powerful we are. Sometimes we forget the power of our own words. And we know in order to use this law, its requirement is that we choose a life of joy, choose a life of enjoyment, choose a life of peace, choose a life of joy. And its other requirement is that we let go. That we let go of our own way of thinking, we let go of our judgments, we let go of our opinions, we let go of our opinions of others, our opinions of ourselves. These opinions and judgments that I'm talking about, they result because we ourselves think that our needs are not met. Because we think that our needs are not met, we have opinions. Because we think that our needs are not met, we have judgments. And most of the time, what many of us are thinking about over and over and over and over again is that my needs aren't met. She didn't do what I wanted her to do. They didn't say what I wanted them to say. This didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out. Most of us are stuck thinking about our needs not being met. So we're called to suspend our judgments and to suspend our opinions about this, because we are always creating the life we desire, or we're settling for the life we have. That's just how powerful our word, our thought, our belief is. If all you can think about is your needs not being met, the way it works is that the law takes you at your word. It doesn't take you, it takes you at what you are thinking. It takes you at your thought. It doesn't take you at what you say. It takes you at what you think. And if that's all you're thinking about, my needs aren't met, my needs aren't met, my needs aren't met, that's all the law can return unto you. Your needs not met. If you think that I don't understand. Why it's got to be this way? Why it's got to be this way? Why it's got to be this way? Well, the universe is just giving back to you more reasons for you to ask why it's got to be this way. That's it. Ernest Holmes says, don't complicate this matter. It's very simple. Something happens with the thoughts that you think. That's simple. Everybody understands that. And what happens is that the universe, the law of mind, you activate it with your thought, and it must return unto you what you have thought. It's not going to ask you questions. Are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want to think? No. It just gets busy. It just gets busy, giving you what it is that you have said that you wanted. It doesn't matter what we say. What matters is what we believe when we say it. So we can say that all of our needs are met, but we might be believing that our needs will never be met. We might be saying that all of our needs are met while we're believing that our needs have never been met, will never be met, ain't no way they can be met. You can say that you are open to infinite love and infinite good while settling for a little bit. That's the other side of the law and how it works. It's not just paying attention to what you are thinking. It's also so precise and so accurate in its demonstration that if you are only believing a little bit, it can only give you a little bit. So you can say that you are open to infinite love, and if you are, that'll be your experience, or you'll be experiencing a little bit. If it's all you think you can experience, it'll be all that you'll get to experience. It's degrees. You understand what I'm saying? It responds to us in degrees. So here's the thing about a little bit. We're never satisfied. You're never satisfied with a little bit. And if you're not satisfied, you won't ever be grateful. You should tell your neighbor the thing about a little bit, it's never enough. The thing about a little bit, it's never enough. A little bit of love, it's not enough. A little bit of joy, it's not enough. A little bit of money, it's not enough. A little bit of peace, it's not enough. A little bit of joy, it's not enough. And you'll never be satisfied. And if you aren't satisfied, there's nothing for you to be grateful for. So we got to be clear about what we are thinking, a little bit or a lot. Are we believing and unbelieving at the same time? If you're not satisfied then with your life, and our life is the proof of what we're thinking about. So you don't need to really, like he said, complicate it. Oh, what am I thinking about? What am I thinking about? No, just look at your life. It'll tell you exactly what you are thinking about, right? Because if any of us knew how to change our conditions by the controlling of our mind in such a way that we are experiencing life where there's so much joy, the proof would be there. We would have already done it, in other words. We would have already created the life that we desire. We would have already stopped settling for the life that we have. The proof would be in the pudding. So if you're not satisfied, then start to begin to think again. Get yourself ready for a new thought. Get yourself prepared to let go of what you've been thinking and become available so that you can think again. Begin to affirm that I'm surrounded by good. Begin to think that, that all of my needs are met. Begin to think that everything has already been given. Nothing has been withheld. Begin to think in this way. If you're not satisfied with your conditions, then think again. Decide to be open to the infinite intelligence that is around us, the infinite intelligence that is within us, because nothing is being withheld from us. In part 3 of the Science of Mind textbook, in the introductory section, though, Ernest Holmes says that what we must be or what we must become is receptive to it. If everything already is, all we have to do is open ourselves up to receive it. In our thinking, he said, it's no magical thinking that we're doing. We're just opening ourselves up to receive what already is. Some of us don't know how to receive. Some of us don't know how to receive. Or some of us are so full of our opinions and our judgments and our expectations that there's no room for anything new to enter in. Because what it does is it gives, it reveals, it tells, it imparts. But it can only tell you something if you're open to hearing it. It can only impart to you its wisdom at the level of your understanding. It can only give you what you can take. That's what it does. Part 3, what it does. It tells, it gives, it imparts, it reveals. To who? You. And mostly what it reveals and what it tells and what it imparts is it tells you about you. Mostly what it reveals, what it imparts, what it tells is where in your life you are not believing. Right? So it's like this. It's that I was watching this documentary some time ago, and I think it's called Our World or Our Universe, and they focus on different aspects of our world. This particular episode, they were focused on the sea, the ocean, and they were focused on fish and all of the mammals in the ocean. So they were showing that some fish eat other fish, and some fish eat algae. They all know where to go to get the proper nutrients. And then there are some fish who eats the rhinoceros poop, right? And so I was sitting in front of the TV and I was thinking, how did they know, right? So the picture is, it's the rhinoceros underwater, it's swimming, and a whole pool of fish, right? It's just following the rhinoceros, right? And then the rhinoceros poops, and they show the fish eating poop, blah, blah, blah. But what I got stuck on was, how do they know? And then they showed a monkey who was set out to go get water. And the monkey, I can't remember the type of monkey, but the monkey also had the baby on the back, right? And these monkeys live where it's rather cold. And she had to get from one point to another point to get water, because she needed to have water. She put the baby on the back, and she traveled miles, 20, 30 miles with the baby monkey on her back, because she knew that there was water in other trees. But every tree doesn't have water every time. How did she know? How did she know? Now, a couple years ago, I told y'all that there was a bird in my gazebo, right? And so the baby birds were born, and the mom was holding high watch, and the dad went out to get worms. Now, sometimes the dad would go out, and the dad would come back quick, like a minute, boom, worm in the mouth, boom. Then the bird is out again. But sometimes the bird would be gone for hours and hours. And then the bird would come back with worms in the mouth. How does the bird know where to go to get the worms? note, this isn't a question. This should give us some indication about the very nature of our own lives so that we can begin to believe in our own power, so that we can begin to state affirmatively, I believe, I believe, I believe. I didn't say in front of the TV, what do they believe? No, I said, how do they know? And the answer is, they just know. And so do you. And so do you. And so do you. And so do you. Our power is so great that we just know. We just know. And when we can begin to believe this, then what it does, the thing itself, then what it does is it reveals to us, because we already know that we know. It tells us, because we are already available to it, to tell us something that we in our human state have not understood yet, or we in our human experience, we have no idea of it. But if you establish a connection with it, you must unify with it. When you establish a connection with it, the thing itself, not a God outside of you, but the power within you, when you take time daily to discover what you are thinking about or what you have been thinking about, when you take time daily to decide whether or not you are just simply rehearsing over and over again every area of your life where your needs have not been met, and make a decision to think again, then something new will be revealed to you. Then this great power will reveal to you that love is everywhere and it's infinite. Then this great power within you will begin to show you that all of your needs are met truly. Then this great power within you will begin to give you whatever the thing that you have been desiring for so long. Then this thing will begin to uncover for you things that maybe you hadn't forgotten, or maybe things that you hadn't considered, so that you can begin to affirm truly, all of my needs are met. Life is not ever just happened to me, but all of my life has happened through me. So, it's like this. What it does. This is the last kind of example I can give you. It's kind of like Santa Claus, what it does. But it's not checking to see if you've been good or bad. It's just checking to see if you believe or you don't believe. Do you believe in a power that is greater than you are? Do you believe that you are one with it? That the spirit is individualized as you? Do you believe it? Do you believe that there's great power in your mind? Not whether or not you are good or bad, but do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe in the great power of your mind? That's about all I got this morning. Let us be determined to understand what it does. Let us be determined to work with the law of mind within us the way that it is set up to work. Let us be willing to not to try to manage and manipulate this law of mind. Ernest Holmes says it will not be budged. Either you learn how to work with it or settle for the life you have. Come on, practitioners. Let us in this moment just begin to turn within, to acknowledge the great power and presence that is never in absence. Let us believe in it as it believes in us. Let us live in it as it lives in us. Let us this morning become so unified with this great power and presence. Let us unify with it, draw close to it, be in communion with it, make time for it, invest in it as the very truth, the substance of life, of beauty and truth itself flowing through us. Let us in this morning be so unified with it where we are sure that nothing is being withheld and that everything has already been given. And to the degree that we can take what has been given, to the degree that we can receive what it imparts and reveals, and to the degree that we can understand what it tells us, let us know that we become it. To the degree that we can understand love and joy and peace, we become it. Because it already is in us. As we become so unified with it this morning, then, knowing that we can never be separate and apart from it, I affirm for you, as I affirm for myself, that I'm open to believing it as my very life. I'm open and available to this infinite intelligence. I am willing to let go of my old thinking. I'm ready to let go of thinking that my needs are not met. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. What I don't know, I will know. What I need, I will have. What I desire now is desiring me. Let us just be willing to let anything unlike this truth, anything unlike a life filled with enjoyment and joy, let us be willing to let it go. And I affirm for you, as I affirm for myself, that the great spirit within me, that the power of my word is so powerful that it transmutes, that it dissolves anything unlike it. Any thoughts of my needs not being met has got to go. It's falling away now. I affirm for you, as I affirm for myself, then I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. And if I'm not satisfied, I'm going to do it till I'm satisfied. I'm going to pray until I am satisfied. I'm going to speak peace until I am peace-filled. I'm going to speak joy until I'm experiencing joy all the days. I'm going to do it till I'm satisfied. I affirm for you, as I affirm for myself, no longer are we settling for the life that we had. No longer are we just turning over our responsibility of creating the life that we desire to someone else's thoughts, to someone else's thinking about their life not being, their needs not being met in their life. No, let all of us begin to affirm for ourselves and affirm for each other, all of my needs are met. All my needs are met. And then I affirm for you, as I affirm for myself, I become open and available to this infinite intelligence. I become open and available to this infinite love. I become open and available to this peace. I'm open and available to this joy. I'm open and available to having my questions answered. I'm open and available to the truth now. It's leading me just as it's leading the birds. It's leading me, it's guiding me just as it's guiding the monkey in the tree. It's leading you and guiding you. You already know. I already know. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this truth. I'm grateful to know that this is the only action and activity in my life and in your life that the law is always working for our good. I am grateful to know that each one of us now is at choice of choosing and thinking again and again and again until we create the life that we desire. I'm grateful for this. And so moved in this moment simply to release my word into the law of mind that I know is always cooperating, always responding, always corresponding to the very thing that I am thinking. It is so. It is done. I accept that it is done. Why don't you join me in agreement by saying then, and so it is.
All I need's a bit. All I need's a bit. All I need's a bit. Okay. All I need's a bit. Sometimes I forget that all my needs are met. And then I fall asleep thinking things I don't believe until I wake up in gratefulness, counting all the ways I'm blessed. That all my needs are met. There were times I recall when I couldn't see the light of day, but somehow sweet spirit made a way out of no way, and that is why I testify. No matter how dark it gets, oh, that all I need are met. I could not have come this far without the everlasting arm, my shelter from the cold. I'm so grateful that I know there were times when I thought I couldn't make it through another day. Somehow, sweet spirit made a way out of no way. I saw the light, I testify. No matter how dark it gets, oh, that all I need are met.
Well, I could not have come this far without the everlasting arm, my shelter from the cold. I'm so grateful now that I know.
'Cause there were times when I thought I couldn't make it through another day. Somehow, sweet spirit made a way out of no way, and that is why I testify. No matter how dark it gets, oh, that all I need are met. All I need to Amen.
And so it is. And so it is. Yes. So as our practitioners take their seats, I want to call our ushers forward as we move into a time of giving and sharing. At the center, our time for tithes and offerings. As our ushers make their way up, let us just begin now to bring all into the storehouse as we move into a time of prayer. Let us just recognize those who've already given online, those who do give online, those who are giving online now. Let us take it all within. And won't you join me for a moment of gratitude? Won't you join me for a moment of affirming that we are satisfied in this moment, affirming that truly all our needs are met. Let us turn within then to the eternal givingness of life itself, knowing that it is flowing through us, giving to us. From that place and that space then, knowing that it is infinite and inexhaustible, let us open our hearts and enjoy, give from a space of joy. Where I know now that every cent that we receive, that it moves the center of peace out into the world, creating an even more safer space and an even more sacred space for anybody and everybody who is ready to discover the power of their word, who is ready to own their power and use it for goodness itself in their life and in the lives of others. So I know that just as we are blessed by every cent that we receive, that the giver too is blessed 1,000,000 times fold. Truly, it can be no other way. So for every cent that we receive, I give thanks. Truly, I do give thanks. And so it is.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks for all that is. Give praise, give praise, give praise, give praise, give praise for all that is. There will never ever be another day just like this day, so let's give praise now. Selah, 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 for all that is. Ashe, 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 for all that is.
And so it is, and so it is. All right, let me invite the choir back up to lead us in the singing of our closing song, I Release, and invite you all to please stand and join us in singing our closing song, I Release, by Ricky Byers. You can find the lyrics to the song in the back of your chairs if you're unfamiliar with our closing song. I want to remind everybody that our practitioners are here and ready to join you in prayer. If you are desiring prayer, our practitioners have on the purple stoles. You can go to up to any one of our practitioners and they will pray for you. Also, I want to let you know that we have a prayer box, and you can write down your prayer request and put it in the box, and our practitioners will be sure to get your request and reach out to you to let you know that they got your request, and then they will be in prayer for you. So please, if you don't have time to stick around for prayer but would like to have prayer, there's another option. All right, we are set.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Ooh. Now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you have got to let it go. 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 And this is what you have to say. Everybody. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
what it does. It gives, it reveals, it tells. And we should be open to it until we ourselves believe, until we ourselves are satisfied. And so it is.
God is where I stand. God is standing strong where I breathe. God is breathing life in and out and through me. As me, where I sing, God is where I dance. Joy lifts my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free. In and out and through me. As me, for where I doubt, God is the faith in me. Where I cry, God is the comfort there. Where I seek, God is the answer. Here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak, truth is. Where I work, love is my career. And where I play, God is playing boldly. In and out and through me. As me. Oh, oh. Do do do. Where I am, where I stand, where I play, where I work and breathe and I move and be, where I sing, where I dance, my dance, my dance, wherever I go. Where I pray and take and give and live. God is, God